Hello everyone, my name is Luna and welcome back to my Second Life. If you're new here, welcome into the life of simulation, the life of roleplay and fun and creativity. If you're returning, I'm so happy that you could be back, and that means you have stuck around for Lord knows what I have coming next. Today we're doing a decoration of my new home, so that means we'll be having another house tour. We haven't had one in about a year when I moved into my last house. So this one is kind of like a modern, bigger, spacious version of what I have. I like a lot of just older style houses. This one, like I said, has a little modern touch, but still has just that homey feel of family and just togetherness, and that's just my style that I actually end up liking a lot more. I originally had an Ansu house. It was a 3-bedroom, I believe. I don't know why I can't even remember how many bedrooms it was, because I ended up downsizing it to a 2-bedroom, and I had a office. Then I moved the bathroom, and then downstairs I had more of a workout room and a laundry room than making it a bedroom. So there was actually a lot more bedrooms in that house, but it was just, some of them were just too big and it didn't make sense to me, and I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But I ended up getting a new house because I love the house, and the Ansu house I have is discontinued, so you can't get it anymore, and I got it on sale. And I loved it at the time, but as I started growing and figuring out what it was that I wanted, I realized it was too crowded. And I kept telling people, like, it has too many walls. Like, the walls are just too close. Now, normally, like, IRL, I probably would have a house like that because I don't entertain a lot, and I actually just love that close-knitness. But when you're in SL, in this virtual world, when you're trying to turn and look at people and have people over, you actually really do need a bigger space to just stay open with, so you can see everything. And I struggled finding a right house because I knew what style I wanted. I still wanted something that could go with my farm, because I still like having that just farm country life feel, than just a beach vacation feel all the time. This is where I can go and get away and just be quaint and quiet. And I was going out with my family looking at houses for my mom, and then I saw this one. This was the Arlington one. This house is from Diamond Homes, and I had a love-hate relationship with Diamond Homes, to be honest, and nothing on them. They have beautiful range of houses. It's just I started with the Diamond Home house, and then I got away from it because I started finding houses that were a little bit smaller prim, because I was limited on time, limited on prims and space. And then I just realized I didn't really like the style of their homes. There was just a lot of modern, and I wasn't a fan of the textures. And I know you can go in and edit, but again, this was the process of me growing and kind of seeing what else was out there. And we ran into this Arlington home, and I was like, you know what? This is like me. Like, this is the feel, and I now know how to edit. I know how to, make things a little bit more custom, and I can appreciate the type of homes that they have. They are still, to me, a little bit higher on prems, but knowing that I can edit and take stuff out and what I can do with it, it does change a lot. But at the end of the day, I do like and I do recommend Diamond Homes. I just never really said there was one for me that I liked until I found this Arlington. The Arlington does come in this version where it's just a 2-story. You can also get a 3-story that has a basement. I did not need that much space, so I just went with the 2-story, where you'll get 3 rooms upstairs and a bathroom, and then you'll get the master downstairs with a master bathroom and then an extra bathroom downstairs, and then you get the kitchen, living room, dining room, open space, and then you also have a laundry room and a 3-car garage. So it seems like a lot, but once I got everything out of my old house, and the trick that I did was a friend gave me was go through your old house and attach everything. Pick up everything combined and then name it. So what I did in my old house, I went room by room, highlighted everything together and named it living room, named it bathroom, named it the laundry room, the foyer, the backyard, etc., etc. And then that way, when I drug and dropped it, when I was working on the kitchen, then I had everything that I originally had in my kitchen in the other house. And then, of course, once I got in here, I took stuff away, added extra stuff. I could play with it depending on the space. I actually ended up using less prims in a bigger house than I used in the old house that I have, which was smaller prims. I used more prims in the smaller house, I used less prims in the bigger house, because this house actually had things in it that I didn't need to put out extra. Like I didn't have to put out extra shelving and extra, standalones in the corner, because the fireplace had stuff where I can put those things. I didn't have to add in an extra fireplace because it already has one that I like. I do like my old fireplace I had in front of my dining room, but I actually do like this one too. So I just have an extra fireplace, that's all. So it was my creative side really looking at this house and just making it more comfortable for me. It kind of did bring back that joy and love of decorating in The Sims, but decorating in Second Life just has a different feel. I don't know if it's just that realism look or the fact that I can really put things wherever I want without there being like a grid issue or saying I can't put it here. Like I can play around with it. I feel like it is a little bit more time consuming because it is more hands-on and control on top of that. But I did take out the old kitchen, and then I took out the old closet in the master. I'm debating on what to do in the master bathroom, and because I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So I didn't really play around with my room that much. And me decorating, I was just trying to get everything into the house. So when we do the house tour, you'll really get it in depth of how I change things, what I am still changing, what I may not be changing. I already saw something that I want to add actually in my bedroom that I didn't add before I did the tour video. So in a nutshell, when you get a space of your own and you just be creative, things are going to come as you're living it, and you'll be like, oh, I can fit this here, I can fit that there. Just let it come naturally. But the goal here in this day that I did this was to just get everything that was in the old house just in the new house, and then we'll play it by ear from there, and everything will fall into place where it needs to be. So we're now getting the laundry room set. And it's just really great that every space that I brought in, that it fit great. Like, I just had to rearrange, turn some things a certain way. It didn't have the same layout. But in a nutshell, everything fit in the space of where I wanted to put it. And that's what makes moving and getting a new home easier, when you're getting a new place and you still want to keep the stuff that you already had, but you don't have to really get rid of things that you don't want to get rid of. There were things that I was like, this is going in this house whether it works or not. And then there are a lot of things that I found that honestly were hidden that I didn't know were still out. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I haven't used that. I didn't need that out. So it did help me clean up my land a little bit. But also there were things out that I just had because I needed an extra shelf. So I had to build one or had to buy one, or I needed to take up this space, but I didn't really want it there, but I needed something there, and et cetera, et cetera. One thing I did do was, after I got the main things of what I wanted in the house, I batched a lot of things together to go find it later. So what you saw me doing earlier, if you cared to peek at that, I had a bunch of plants. Like, I'm a person that I like using plants to decorate, to fill in spaces. I don't have that many in this house, because I'm just trying to pan it out. Like, I'm trying to get a final layout before I start adding those little things on there. So any plants that I know for sure I didn't put in, I actually, again, combine them, pick them up together, and just name them plants. So then when I go in my inventory, I can drag and drop them and know where all of my plants are that I did like, whether it be for this build or maybe I'm doing something else. I have a means of just keeping a lot of things controlled in my inventory, so I know what it is and it's easy to find it, and then I put things more in a folder as well. So now we're going through and just adding some minor things into, like I said, the master bathroom. I don't really know what I want to do with it, so it's just very minimal. Everything from my bedroom I pretty much did take. There's some things that ended up, like those back walls, backdrops, or the white backdrops. I was like, I love this little area where these windows are. Just having the idea that you're waking up just surrounded by natural light, and it's just energizing, especially someone who is connected to nature and energy. I would love to have a bed just surrounded by those windows and just to soak in the vitamin D constantly. And honestly, this room feels I want to say this room is bigger than my old bedroom, but I think I was getting thrown off by like the attic slanting of the ceiling. And I really like this house open wood paneling, not paneling, what's it called? Open ceiling, drop ceiling, I believe it was called. I've always liked that view, even in real homes. And I don't know, it just makes the room feel opener, bigger. I don't know. It just feels more comfy, I guess. I was undecided if I wanted to put my conjuring room, practice room up here. But after looking at it, the main idea that I wanted was I love that it opened up to the outside. And so again, being close to nature, trying to just use anything natural, like that would be a perfect place for me. I don't want my conjuring room in a place where I don't have access to the sky. I don't have access to outside. And with it being open kind of over that little area where I put all my plants, it was like perfect. I was like, okay, this is a place that would be great to have a conjuring room. Just getting more natural energy and as wide open as it is. And so it did work out perfectly. And again, I'm not worried about what's on the walls and everything. I just want to get anything and everything I can in the space. So this is done out of the way, and then all the creative wallpapering will happen later. And I end up going through and debating on 2 of these rooms up here, and I will let you know what 2 of those rooms are in the house tour video, what ends up happening to them, because as you can see, like I said, there's 3 bedrooms upstairs and there is a bathroom upstairs as well. So technically it is a 4-bedroom house and a 3-bathroom, because you have your master bathroom downstairs as well. And then we also have the laundry room, a 3-car garage. So it's a really nice family home. It's space for that, whether you have kids, or if you make a room a guest room, you have people coming over to stay. I've heard people renting out rooms. So there really is space in this home and comfortability and just getting everything set out. And with this house being so big and has a lot of body, I did have to go through and redo pretty much all of my land, and just kind of make it all fit. So I did have some extra hours into it besides just putting the house down and decorating it. I went through the day before and kind of just readjusted the land, and got the house down and set where I wanted it, because it fit really well. It really wasn't too big. It was just trying to decide how and where I want to do it. I did end up turning the house because I wanted the back to be able to open into the AKA backyard. And if I would have turned it the way my original house was, it would have went right into the other sim, and that's not what I wanted. So that's why we ended up turning it the other way. But it actually did take up some of the yard, and I actually did want that because I like the space that I have, but it's also a lot of empty yard, and I cannot stand empty yard. Like, I want something happening. And so the house did take up a lot of that. And even thinking back, I could have maybe brought the house back a little bit more from the front, but actually I was like, you know what? No, it's fine. It's good. You don't need a super long driveway and, you know, front area, but I'm okay with it because my shop is still over on the side as well. And I feel like I left just enough space that if I wanted to go ahead and put a swimming pool in, then that would actually work. So I am debating getting a pool back. I have one already set up, but I'm just like, I also like going out to oceans and other pool areas just because I like my home, but I still like to go out and be like, you know what, we don't have that here, so let's go support another area that has something that we don't. So it's been there. I didn't put my hot tub back either for that same reason, but I'm debating on it, still undecided with that, and it's just an idea that's out there. So let me know what you think of this transition of the new house. Are you liking the ideas that I'm so far decorating and doing with this? And like I said, there will be a full house tour. There will be some more changes from what this video is. And even after that video post, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more changes, but stuff that are minor. Like I've already noticed, I missed a couple of walls that I didn't wallpaper. And I actually have an idea of putting something above this built-in that I ended up doing. I did change out the hanging clothes that are in here because I didn't realize they were coming through the glass, and I was like, oh, well, we need to change some things here when I put it in there. So just minor things. Like after I got everything in, and there's just little things that I saw that I was like, oh, we need to change that. So I'm hoping you can check the next house tour, and we're not moving. We're not getting a new house for at least another year. But I don't like changing houses that often. It took me a very long time to decide to get this one. But when the day that I woke up and I said, ooh, the Arlington, I was like, yeah, you're supposed to have this house, just go get it. Compared to the other houses that I kept fighting with to get. You know when you know. So don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, hit that little bell so you don't miss any of the next videos, and hopefully I can catch you on the grid, say hi, and we can get together sometimes. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are, and this is Lunagalaxy out.